Now, sit down.
Okay.
When you have a throat that is not sore,
Yes.
it's just gucky. And believe me, dear, today, it's just incredible the number of people who have drainage things going on.
Yeah, I'm one of those.
Okay. I think there are probably 3 or 4 at the max good, clean throats in the studio at this point.
Yeah.
And so it's been for weeks.
Yeah.
When you have a throat that is not sore, but just a lot of sinus drainage or postnasal drainage, this is what you use. You take a teaspoonful of iodized salt, put it in a measuring cup, just one of those Pyrex measuring cups. Pour about 3/4 of a cup of boiling water on it, and stir it until there's not one grain that isn't dissolved.
Boiling water?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then what you do is you take cold water, stick your finger, look dear, stick your finger into the glass and start pouring the cold water in, then put your finger on it till it becomes like, a nice cup of tea that would be very comfortable to drink. Not hot, certainly not room temperature, a little better than room temperature, so it's nice and warm, like body heat. Now this is the part that you must listen to very closely.
Okay.
We know that when singers hit high notes, the vocal cords come up in the neck, up to above really the tongue. When you're on an the vocal cords can be seen with the naked eye by an ENT man or anyone who's looking and knows what they're looking at. So they come up above the tongue, right?
Yes.
You take not more than a teaspoon of that solution. Now listen carefully. And on the highest pitch you can, on an ah, you gargle for about the count of 4. Just very brief.
On highest note.
On the highest note that's
in your real voice, yeah.
In your real voice.
The highest note comfortable.
Yep. And then you just, now like this.
Sing ah.
Yeah, sing an ah on that high note that's comfortable. It can be an F or an E flat, but it's a high note. And this is about how long you go, ah, and you spit it out. Now, it is imperative that you are cautious not to take what you might take if you were taking Listerine and gargling. Do you see? Very small. If you were just a normal, you gargled your throat. If you weren't going after the vocal cords. See, when those cords are up and you're on an ah, they're wide open.
Yeah.
And so it can go down into the windpipe.
Yeah.
And we don't need that.
Yes.
So this is why we take a very small amount and we gargle just for a few seconds and spit it out. And then take some more and gargle and spit it out. And some more and gargle and spit it out. You'll know when you've had enough.
Yes.
But the mixture of the 3/4 of a cup of water, did I say 3/4?
3/4 of a cup of boiling
Oh,
water.
no. Oh, I'm so sorry.
3 cups of boiling water.
1/3 of a cup. 1/3 of a cup.
Okay,
of
1/3.
Boiling.
Okay, so it's a teaspoon of iodized salt, put in a measuring cup. In a measuring cup, and then
Then you boil some water.
boil some water and put 1/3 cup of boiling water and stir that in completely with the teaspoon of iodized salt.
Yes, so
Then pour in, measure it with your finger.
just so that you'll feel the heat when you put the cold water in.
Okay.
See, when
Gauge it with your finger in cold
you don't want to stick your finger into the boiling water.
yes, and add in the cold water until it is almost a nice cup of temperature.
Yeah, nice, easy. If you had to drink it down,
Yeah.
it wouldn't burn you.
Okay.
Okay? So it's comfortable in your mouth.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you gargle.
And take a teaspoon of solution, and sing at the highest note, on the off for 4 seconds and spit out.
Yeah,
And so you use teaspoon of solution, gargle and spit out.
that's right. Then you do it again. Teaspoon, gargle, spit out. Teaspoon, gargle, but you don't measure it by a teaspoon, just well, maybe the first one so you get the feeling of what a teaspoonful of it is. Do you understand?
Yes.
And you do this, you'll know when it feels like, oh God, that's really clean. You'll feel it, it'll feel clean. And you can do it as frequently as you like, not every hour on the hour, but it'll stay clean for quite some time, okay? Like 4 or 5 hours. If you need it before a show, do it. If you need it between shows, do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I find that when I have salt in there,
Very
that
distressing.
that actually makes it easier for me to sing a note.
Which,
Very strange.
if it's dissolved, and
Yeah.
but if you get one of those grains stuck in there and you
yes.
wait for it to dissolve, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Now, do you understand that?
Yes.
Did your people go off?
Yeah, it's nothing.
Okay. Now, that's if the throat is not sore.
Yes.
You wouldn't take salt and pour it into an open wound.
Yes.
So if the throat is sore, you don't want that salt. This is for a throat that is sore. This next one.
Okay.
You take 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder. You know the kind that comes in the yellow box?
Yeah.
Arm & Hammer?
Yeah.
1/4 of a teaspoon.
Yes.
And you dissolve it with just warm water.
Just warm water.
Yeah, just warm water. It'll dissolve very quickly. You know, not cold, not medium warm, nice warm water. And you can use, I'd say a teaspoon to a 1/2 cup of water. See, the other one needs that 1/3 of a cup of boiling water because of the amount of salt.
Yes.
Baking soda dissolves very quickly, so you just put in 1/4 of a cup of water, and then get it dissolved, and then add the rest, so it's nice and comfortable again. And you do exactly the same thing, small amounts. Don't over time it, same amount of time, spit it out, take another mouthful, gargle with a high pitch, the same routine, just a different solution. Now the baking soda, if a child has measles, we'll say, or poison oak, any kind of infection, doctors will have you make a pack of soda,
Yes.
water and soda to put on it, because it takes all the sting out, takes the burn out, it cleans the wound.
Yes.
Do you see?
Yeah.
That's why you use baking soda in your garbage disposal.
Yes.
And it's very, very soothing. If they have measles and they're itching like mad, or poison oak, or a bee sting, they'll put a poultice of it,
Yes.
and that'll take the stinger right out.
Yes.
So what you're doing is soothing the throat. Do you see? This is for a sore throat, where it just feels raw.
Yes.
Now that can be from...
Now, what if it feels like it might be a little sore?
Don't muck about with it. Use the baking soda, because that'll clean it. That will clean it, and it'll soothe it at the same time.
Yes.
So don't be afraid of this. If it's sore, you do not use, if it's sore at all, you do not use salt.
I know a woman that used to gargle.
Vinegar.
No. With peroxide?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the stuff they put on the wound? No, what do they call it when they put it on the wound? Is it peroxide with...
Alcohol.
No, when you have... And you pour it on a...
Oh, peroxide.
Yeah, and it turns white foamy. What's
And
that?
it foams and bubbles.
Yeah.
Can you see that in your throat?
Yeah.
God. Well, people do all kinds of things. That would be horrendous. But if she gargled with it, she's not gargling the vocal cords. She's not washing the vocal cords. cords.
Yeah.
This is a vocal wash.
Yeah, because it's a high note that's really important. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what brings the vocal cords up.
Yeah.
But don't go for any length of time.
Yeah.
Be rather generous with the stuff. Just spit it out. And you mean, what's it going to cost you?
Yes. Yeah, really.
At a quarter of a teaspoon or a teaspoon. But be very particular.
So it's just 1/4 teaspoon in a
One
mug,
cup.
let's say a mug or a cup of water, and I'm just drinking little bits out of that cup.
Yeah, that's right. But I would use a measuring cup
Yeah.
because of the quantity of the water that you use, particularly with the salt, is very important. Because you need to dissolve it, and it takes boiling water to really dissolve every grain of it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what you use. Now you'll find that with the baking soda, there's almost an immediate reaction to the vocal cords. They feel calmed down. The gut gets off of them. This is with the sore throat.
Yes.
Now why is the throat sore? The substance that we drain, whether it is from the sinuses or a postnasal drainage, is basically acidic, high acid. Now, I want to tell you a terrible story, because this is not pleasant to listen to. I discovered this many, many years ago when I was still living at home. I think I was about 18. I had this horrible cold. And in those days, we didn't use Kleenex because we didn't have Kleenex. That's back in like 1936. That came later. We used handkerchiefs, actual handkerchiefs. And I needed a big one. So I borrowed one of my father's Irish linen handkerchiefs. Very elegant.
Yes.
Very big, very soft. And I used it. And I remember wearing a suede coat. I don't remember where I ever got a suede coat, but I had a suede coat. And I used this handkerchief, and I stuffed the handkerchief in my pocket. And of course, when I came home, I took off the coat, hung it up, did not take the handkerchief out. Several months later, I wore the suede coat. And when I reached in the pocket and took out the handkerchief, oh my God, and I started to pull it apart. It shredded. Now that's Irish linen. It shredded. If this mucus that comes from a cold or from the sinuses is that acidic that it will eat through linen, imagine what it does to your throat and your vocal cords. Because what it is pure acid. And unfortunately, with a head cold and with a sinus problems, it all doesn't drain down the throat. Sinus people they're blowing their nose constantly. Only about 35 to 40% of the drainage comes out the nose. The rest goes down the throat. This is why when we're coming down with a cold, we feel queasy, sick at our stomach. We don't want to eat because that stuff is going into the tummy. Do you see?
Yes.
So this is the reason that we use these washes. And I never give this exercise until they get into their high notes, to where they can hit a note, sustain it without going into a falsetto.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And it's unfortunate because if I start a class in September, by October or November, they need this, and I can't give it to them because they choke.
Yes.
They choke. So do you understand it now?
I understand that. Now, what if it's gone into the chest?
If it's gone into the chest, there's number one, I think I would hie me to an emergency room and get some antibiotics. But if it's not heavy duty, and I wouldn't depend upon that today, but what I've always used is Vicks Vapor Rub, and you put Vicks Vapor Rub all over the chest and all over the back. And then you put on a sweater or like a t-shirt, an undershirt, and a towel to hold the warmth in.
Yes.
There is one other thing that works just fantastic. It's an old-fashioned remedy. But you really have to know what you're doing to do it. The directions are on the jars of dry mustard
Like mustard plaster?
Mustard plaster. Old-fashioned mustard plaster. And the directions are on there. And the only thing that I warn people about is if you're going to use a mustard plaster, you take an old hand towel, you know, small hand towel, and it tells you exactly, I don't remember right now, exactly the amount of mustard and water that you mix together. And you lay your hand towel out, and you think of it as being divided into thirds, like you're folding an envelope. And this is open. And you spread the mustard over this old towel. It's old water, because it's water and mustard. And then you close it like an envelope. Now you do not put that on your chest until you have covered your chest with oil, not Vicks. You'll burn to death. Okay, and you don't just cover the chest, you cover up to the neck here, so that all of the bronchia is relaxed.
Affected, yeah.
And you put that on, and you leave it on until it gets a little uncomfortable. And then you turn it over where the double fold is and put that on. Okay?
Yes.
Then you put it on the back. You have somebody rub your back with oil, olive oil, any kind of oil, lesson oil, anything but oil. I remember when I was very young, my grandmother lived with us, and she used to give me mustard plasters because I had this bronchial thing then. I never had a problem. Well, Grandma went on a trip, and I had a cold, and Mother made a mustard plaster. I was a little girl, no boobs. Okay? Mother didn't know. She didn't remember to put it on the towel. She spread the mustard on my chest. And in about 5 minutes, that's why I have very short, small boobs. I swear to my mother today, that's what you did. I was burning alive, screaming, and she, of course, washed it off. And when Grandmère heard about it, she said, "Oh, Ethel, I've given you mustard plasters. Don't you remember anything? Look what you did to this child."
I'm going to go get some coffee.
Go ahead.
He's resting for a second.
Okay.